Discover the unbelievable world of historical medical practices that once prevailed. From astonishing remedies to mind-boggling techniques, this video unveils 7 bizarre methods that will leave you in awe. But that's not all. Brace yourself for a surprising twist. Numbers 6 and 7 are still being practiced today. Join us on this eye-opening journey through the past and present of medicine. Number 1. Dead mice. Dead mice were used as a bizarre and rather unorthodox remedy for tooth pain in medieval Europe. The treatment involved taking a dead mouse, preferably one that had been caught in a specific manner or during a particular phase of the moon, and placing it directly on the painful tooth or in the afflicted area of the mouth. The belief was that the mouse's supposed ability to absorb the pain would alleviate the discomfort. This practice stemmed from a mixture of superstition, folklore, and a limited understanding of medical science during that era. The use of dead mice was likely driven by a combination of cultural traditions and a desperate search for relief from toothaches, which could be excruciating and difficult to treat with the medical knowledge available at the time. While the concept of using dead mice to treat tooth pain might seem bewildering to modern sensibilities, it serves as a reminder of how medical practices have evolved over time. Number 2. Hemoglossectomy. In the 18th and 19th centuries, hemoglossectomy was occasionally practiced by doctors as a misguided attempt to treat stuttering or speech impediments. During this time, there was a lack of understanding about the underlying causes of speech disorders, and medical practitioners often resorted to drastic measures in an effort to help individuals overcome their difficulties in speaking fluently. In cases of severe stuttering, some doctors believed that the tongue was the source of the problem and that its removal or reduction could potentially improve speech. Hemoglossectomy, involving the removal of half of the tongue, was seen as a solution to this perceived issue. Unfortunately, the practice was based on a flawed understanding of speech physiology. Stuttering is a complex condition influenced by various factors, including neurological, psychological, and genetic components. Removing a portion of the tongue did little to address the underlying causes of stuttering and often led to negative outcomes. Number 3. Crocodile dung. In certain cultures throughout history, particularly in ancient Egypt, crocodile dung was used as an unconventional method of contraception. This practice involved inserting crocodile dung into the vagina with the belief that it would serve as a barrier and prevent pregnancy. The concept behind this method was likely rooted in the idea that the thick texture of the dung would obstruct the passage of sperm. This practice may seem strange and unhygienic by today's standards, but it provides insight into the limited knowledge and resources available for contraception in the past. In ancient times, there was a lack of effective birth control methods, and people often relied on natural substances or traditional remedies to try to prevent pregnancies. It's important to note that such historical practices were based on cultural beliefs and limited scientific understanding. Crocodile dung, however, would not have been a reliable or effective method of contraception, and it likely had little to no actual contraceptive effect. In fact, the use of unsanitary substances could have posed health risks and led to infections. Number 4. Goat testicles. In the early 20th century, the use of goat testicles to cure impotence was a controversial and unorthodox medical practice that gained some attention. This procedure, known as goat gland transplantation or xenotransplantation, involved grafting or implanting pieces of goat testicles into the human scrotum with the belief that it would restore sexual potency and virility. The idea behind this practice was developed by a surgeon named John R. Brinkley, who claimed that impotence was linked to a lack of certain hormonal substances found in goat testicles. He began performing these surgeries in the 1920s, often using the procedure as a marketing tool for his own clinics. Brinkley's methods, however, were not supported by scientific evidence and were widely criticized by the medical community. The goat gland transplantation gained notoriety due to aggressive marketing and widespread advertising, which led some desperate individuals to seek out this unproven treatment in hopes of curing their impotence. Despite the lack of medical legitimacy, Brinkley's clinics attracted patients who were willing to try unconventional methods for their health issues. Number 5, tapeworm. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the use of tapeworms as a weight loss method was a bizarre and dangerous trend. People seeking drastic solutions for weight reduction would intentionally ingest tapeworm larvae, believing that the parasites would consume some of the ingested food, leading to weight loss. This practice stemmed from a misunderstanding of the tapeworm's life cycle and its potential effects on the human body. While it is true that tapeworms can absorb nutrients from their host's digestive system, the risks associated with such an approach far outweighed any perceived benefits. As medical knowledge advanced, it became clear that the use of tapeworms for weight loss was not only ineffective but also posed significant risks to health. The tapeworm weight loss trend underscores the dangers of pursuing extreme and unverified methods for achieving health and cosmetic goals. In modern medicine, safe and evidence-based approaches to weight management emphasize a balanced diet, regular exercise, and sustainable lifestyle changes that prioritize long-term health and well-being. Number 6, clysters or enemas. Clysters, also known as enemas, were a historical medical practice involving the introduction of liquid substances into the rectum and colon through the anus. This procedure was performed for various reasons, often with the intent to cleanse the bowels, administer medications, or even as a misguided attempt to restore balance within the body. Throughout history, clysters were used in different cultures and time periods. In ancient civilizations like Egypt and Greece, enemas were believed to aid in purging the body of toxins and imbalances in bodily fluids. During the Middle Ages and Renaissance, enemas were commonly used as a form of treatment for a wide range of ailments, based on the theory of the four humors: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile thought to govern health. However, the practice of using enemas was often based on speculative theories rather than evidence-based medicine. Believe it or not, the age-old practice of using clysters or enemas is still alive in certain cultures today. Number 7, snake oil. The use of snake oil as a remedy for joint pain is a historical example of a dubious medical practice that gained attention during the 19th century, particularly in the United States and other parts of the world. Snake oil was often marketed as a cure-all elixir, with claims that it could alleviate various health issues, including joint pain, inflammation, and even more serious ailments. Snake oil salesmen, often traveling showmen or merchants, peddled these concoctions as a panacea for all kinds of health problems. The term snake oil became synonymous with fraudulent or ineffective medical remedies, highlighting the prevalence of such questionable practices during that time. The term snake oil has its origins in traditional Chinese medicine, where oils derived from Chinese water snakes were used for their omega-3 fatty acids, which can have anti-inflammatory effects. While the use of snake oil as medicine might sound like a thing of the past, it's surprising to learn that some individuals continue to employ this practice. Despite its historical association with dubious remedies, snake oil is still used by a small number of people who believe in its purported health benefits.